It's like a crumbled abyss just past the tree line. Is this city dead? I look back at Hayden, and they notice something in my face, which makes them frown sympathetically. Oh, they say flatly. That? They look over and nod, and heave a huge sigh. Yeah, that's called depression. Holy shit, you damn near whisper. I mean, I damn near whisper? Frickin'. Alright. Yeah, they whisper, looking downward. You look over. Oh, okay, whatever. We'll just roll with it. You look over and give them a soft hug. Damn, I'm sorry. Did you? I pull away and ask, did you make that? Did you come from that? They give a broken chortle and shrug. See, that's the thing. I don't know anymore. I frown. I swallow the dryness in my throat and say, I came here for self-discovery. To to find myself. It's hard to explain, but I wring my hands together. Basically, I have no ego. They look over to me. That sucks. I smile. You have one though, right? They nod. People hate it though. So sucks to be them. We just stand there, and I look down the stairs. You don't want to go back there, right? What? Oh, you were going to explore the attic. Yeah, but that can wait. Wow, they scoff. You really don't have an ego. Damn, I joke, raising my hands up in mock surrender. Got me. I lower them. But, like, I have empathy, though. I just take time to learn about the other person. They nod and shrug. Well, I came here to find myself, too. And I get it. You need to reconcile with yourself. The deep shit and all, they shrug. But, they sigh. I don't know. I think I just need to chill for a while. They smile at me. It was nice meeting you, though, Lynn. I smile. Thanks, Hayden. You too. I look around nervously. You're going to be okay here on your own? I nod. Yeah, thanks. And it was nice talking and hanging out, getting stuff off our chests. Yeah, they say, lightening up a little. I just need to alleviate some of this inner darkness. Wow, that hits me somehow, somewhere, deep within my heart, striking a chord somewhere within my own shadowy recess. It's it's weird. They smile, and the sun hits them like a halo. They glow and smile behind their shoulder. See ya, they say, and head downstairs. Creak, creak, creak. Take care, I say with a soft smile. Hayden leaves as shadows form. They leave through the broken gate on the other side of the yard and down the cobblestone road, which, as far as I can observe, leads to a structure close to the edge of the woods. Pfft, lucky. Oh, are they safe there? Hmm. And I think about what they said. Inner darkness. Damn. I look over at my backpack and try to sit on the railing. I manage to clumsily get my legs over it, but feel myself slide down, so I quickly lean over back onto the stairs and fall with a great crash. Ow! I cursed through my teeth. I'm lucky I didn't hit my head, but my elbow instead, upstairs. One by one, to get a better view of the sunset and the city off of the edge of our perception, which we call depression. Depression is actually a fucking city. Imagine that. As the backpack weighs down on my shoulder and I feel the hard edges of the stairs still weigh into my body, I look at the sky burning a soft violet. Hayden needs to alleviate their inner darkness. Sounds pretty serious. The stairs carelessly creak under me as I tiredly reach the top. I just get this feeling of anger arising in my stomach. I feel so bad for them. But as I reach the door to the attic, so confused, so tempted, maybe I should explore depression. I sit on the top step and inhale and exhale a tired sigh. God damn, I say, hugging my knees. The sky and the view of the forest is beautiful, but while I see Hayden enter their well put together cottage, composed of black stones and is that a pot-bellied oven right above the foyer? I'm even more worried for them. Maybe it keeps the house cozy on cold nights, but still a concern. I look over to the Prussian. It's just a faint shadow seeping into the sky. I blink. What the fuck? I rub my eyes and blink multiple times. Depression. Depression is a thin black horizon between the forest and the burning periwinkle sky. The sun sets off in the corner somewhere. What the fuck? I stand up. No way! Where's... I grab the railing and lean over everywhere to look. I sigh. Perhaps I can get a better look. So I lean forward and strain my eyes. But it's just a pool of shadows seeping through the forest. My lips are dry and my breath is stolen. I keep what Hayden said in the back of my head, but for now, what should I do? Go somewhere, I bet. I open the door and go into the attic. The door slowly creaks open. There's a musky, dried out sweetness coming from the wood. A bit dusty, too. Either it's super gross, or there's been a lot of incense smoked up here. Wouldn't it be cool if a lot of incense was smoked up here? The door slams shut behind me, cutting off all sunlight, except for a few slats of it between the cracks within the wood. I take a shaky breath. And to answer my own question, no, because that would mean people would have been smoking a rainbow's worth of flavors of weed up here, and not just incense. I continue to wander around. I can still faintly hear the birds chirp outside, and some of the air flows through the cracks. The attic is darker within, and I believe that I see the edge of the table off to the side. I squint to see if there's a comfortable chair there as well. No. I blink and rub my eyes. The table is actually quite broken down the closer I look at it. Yes. I wander around and around the attic, listening to the floor creak underneath my weight, erupting through the entire house, I think with a smile. I sigh and cross my arms. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this attic. The corners are especially shadowy, but one catches my eye. Toward the back, across the floor from the table. I look at the tabletop, topped with dust, but waiting for a written message. To be a writing desk, and wander over to the corner, smelling musk, dust, and old wood with a hint of smoke and incense all the while. I should really light incense in here. I venture deeper and deeper into the darkness and stare into the corner, squinting as little dots battle each other in the form of static in front of my eyes. The Black Throne? If the Black Throne was entirely made of shadows, then yes, contouring to the natural ebb and flow of the absence of light creates. But no, there's no actual chair there. Let's fix that. I've been working on something in Twine, and it's a big convoluted mess. But if you recognize this text from the last video, I got the wording and prose from the prologues from this attempt to script a visual novel. So you can see all of this that I had trouble getting the hang of, and I thought maybe if I wrote a story first. See, look, it was able to be a linear story, I guess more of a kinetic story, because... check this out. Well, it's time to head into my front yard. Where's my front yard? Like, nowhere. So, you can tell that I hid some extra details in here. I need a fresh start. I can walk around my house. Was that a thing I could do? Huh. I guess I could have added that in. But yeah, there's this thing about how your soul's dark fight. Okay, so it actually takes me to a new place. And that, I remember now, this is what leads the character into the backyard so that they can access the attic. But yeah, like I was saying, this was supposed to be some sort of a game at some point. And I just kind of got lost and I had trouble getting the hang of all the little details, because I'm really ambitious when I get into something. If it's like new territory, things can overwhelm me if I don't take things simply. And this is the part, yeah, see, this is the part that came next. Let's work on this house. Nope, because we're procrastinators. And this is the part I like put after that. So if the connection seemed kind of janky, that's why. I guess I was Frankenstein stitching two different results together. There's also this part, I'm not sure how we can lead to it. There's this character named Frederick soon later on in the book. I have this part where Frederick can like bump into you in the attic, and this is actually canon to a bunch of the stuff that's going to happen later in the book. There's gonna be this whole conflict. I actually I've been meaning to talk about this as well. So, you know, pantsing versus plotting? Yes, the title of this document is literally, oh dear god, this is so bad. Let's scroll up without scrolling up too much. But yeah, so this is what I read. As you can see here, this thing clocked in at 47k words, like I said in the description of the last video, hopefully, and counting. So what I'm planning on doing is, I was gonna say read all of it. I'm not gonna read all of it. At first, honestly, I was planning on reading what I had so far, like a few chapters ago. And I was thinking, no, because two of the characters are gonna have like this awesome sex scene, and I can't show that on YouTube. I can't narrate that on YouTube. It's actually because of the gore. And yeah, there is some gore that I might be willing to read out loud. But here's the thing, this was pantsed, right? So like 98% of this, and maybe like 95, was not planned. And I had some basic ideas, but a lot of this just came to me, and that's why it rambles on and on and on without making sense. Apologies in advance if a lot of this doesn't make sense. I just thought it'd like make something entertaining to read. Well, it's still in its like pre-alpha, I guess, phase, as you'd call it. Yes, I watched Hello Neighbor playthroughs. But some of the gore later on is self-harm, and I definitely can't read that. It's not that this work endorses self-harm. I don't know what the implications are, how it can be interpreted. But nevertheless, it's self-harm that occurs as a plot point, but doesn't really have any meaningful commentary behind the self-harm. So it's just something I cannot read out loud for YouTube.com. Let alone would want to spread to an audience. That's why this thing is gonna have to be retooled and heavily edited in the first place. It's one of the reasons why. The nonsense and incoherence is also a big reason why. A lot of the ass pulls, you know, because it's like, when it comes to me, it's like, okay, that happens. Wait, why does it happen? My mind just told me it happens. And like, it could be the most messed up fucking shit that happens to my characters, but my mind just told me that happens, because that's the beauty of pantsing. But nonetheless, I am gonna read what I think is safe, just so I can give myself a bit more courage going forward, so I can get over any nervousness with public speaking. Even if no one watches these videos, they'll be on YouTube. Awesome. And public. And yeah, just so I can more immerse myself into a thing that should really be taken care of. But yeah, I plan for this conflict between Lynn and Frederick over the Black Throne, and I'm glad to see that it got somewhat set up in the prologues. Because starting with chapter 1, that's why I just started deciding, okay, you know what? Let's make a novel. And then, like somewhere around like chapter 7, I remembered, oh yeah, I have like all of this text, and I just made it into these 2 prologues.